I'm Matt Cito. I'm a teacher, father, professional fishing guide, and passionate home chef. Come join me on my fishing and culinary adventures throughout Nova Scotia as I try to quell my angler's appetite. Fall in Nova Scotia happens fast. All it takes is a couple cold nights and shorter daylight hours, and the green quickly turns to brilliant reds, oranges, and yellows. With trout season over for most of the province, it's a great time to change gears and focus on one of Nova Scotia's more underappreciated fish, the white perch. White perch aren't even perch. They're actually closely related to the striped bass, but because of their similarities to yellow perch, they have become commonly referred to as perch. They're small fish that pack a punch of sweet flavor. And if you can get some, they make an awesome meal. Today we're in the Annapolis Valley fishing with local guide and chef, Sean Laceby.
If you see anything that looks fishy on that screen, haul her out and we'll drop her down.
I don't know how much line is on that. I think I put 20 feet on it, so we might be okay if we can. We're in 16 feet, we might be able to drop it down.
When we start going here, fishy, well.
If we don't find them in this hole, we might.
Sean has made a name for himself by offering gourmet fishing adventures here in Nova Scotia, and I'm excited to see what I can learn from spending a day with him.
Okay, there's something for sure down there now.
Something should be following it. Yeah, I think we'll head over to that buoy and then we'll do a little zigzag through there and just see if we can pick anything up between that buoy and that buoy. It gets really shallow where that buoy is there. The orange buoy, and this other buoy marks the outside of the channel here. So I think it should be fairly deep right in through there.
Okay, here we go. 20 feet from the rock.
There are some rocks coming out this way a little bit. Yeah, but she's deep everywhere else right out here. I was really kind of hoping it was going to be a perch.
Perch fishing is funny. In the summer, when I'm looking for bass and pickerel, there are some days I can't keep the perch off my line. But trying to target them specifically can be tough, as you can spend a lot of time searching. We worked our butts off to try and find these fish all day, and it finally paid off, I guess. We had our white perch. Never have I worked so hard for one small fish, but my excitement was short-lived when the rain started to get heavier and we had to call the day. Getting a perch was great, but we need at least a couple more to make a meal. We are going to prepare the perch two different ways. Sean is going to pan-sear the fillets in butter and finish them in a wild maitake mushroom cream sauce. The other dish is going to be whole perch roasted over a wood fire barbecue. Lucky for us, Sean had some at home in his freezer from earlier this season. And I met up with him at his awesome outdoor kitchen. Roasting over a wood fire will give the fish a nice smokiness and crispy skin that you can't replicate any other way. Besides, what's more primal than cooking over a wood fire?
I'm going to show you a technique to use on some smaller fish. Now, I actually learned this technique is used for yellow perch, for smaller ones that, you know, you wouldn't get much of a fillet off of, but I started using it for white perch and it works just as good. And you start at the back of the dorsal fin, and you're just going to basically cut up both sides, keeping as close to the dorsal fin as you can. Up one side, and up the other. And now what you're going to do, just going to grab that dorsal fin, give it a little tug, and now all that spine is out of it. We're probably going to cook this fish whole, and now you won't have all these little spiny bones all through it that you got to pick through.
Yeah, the other thing is that by opening it up on the back, you're going to let more smoke and flavor.
That's
if you're
right,
doing
yeah.
that in there too.
Now, I will say this, with this fin on the bottom, the bone goes a little deeper, so you might have to give it a little bit harder of a tug. Kind of do the rest of the fish. I'm going to take this one and scale it, and then we're going to throw that over the fire.
It's cool to see how Sean incorporates locally foraged ingredients into his dishes. An ingredient new to me is sea asparagus and sea blight, which Sean has collected not far from his home. For the fire-roasted fish, we have stuffed the body cavity with lemon and some of the sea asparagus to add a natural saltiness. I've also rubbed some sea salt on the outside of the fish. Sea salt that Sean has produced himself. Is there anything this guy can't forage? Sean is so lucky to have this incredible outdoor kitchen that he has built himself. Right down to the wood frame, using trees that he cut down and milled from his own property. I don't have much experience using dried mushrooms in dishes, but after watching Sean prepare this meal, I'll certainly be adding it to my repertoire. Grinding the maitake into powder and using it to enhance his cream sauce? Brilliant. Now our fire roasted fish is finished. It's plated with some of Sean's delicious sun-dried garden tomatoes and garnished with sea blight. The little pods of the sea blight plant add an addictive salty pop to every bite.
Cool.
What do you think? You ready?
I'm ready, Sean. Looks awesome. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that texture. That's why I like that crunchy texture.
And that's
Too
by
much of
freezing them with the butter instead of just drying them. So we had the two different ways we put it in here. Once in the powder to get that real mushroom flavor and intensify the cream sauce, and then the texture in the just sauteed ones. Nice job. Almost like you've done that before.
Once or twice. Okay. Fire roast it. Whole white perch, we'll try that. And it's got the
Sea
blight?
blight?
Sea
Yep.
blight.
Sea blight. Just for a little extra crunch and texture there.
Oh yeah.
They still have a nice texture, and I think it actually, a bit of the salt came out of them.
It really steps it up.